The majority of you are out there dragging heavy, outdated deer rifles into Coyote stands and wondering why you're coming home empty-handed. You think a fresh coat of paint makes a rifle new, but you have no idea what real innovation looks like. Most hunters are stuck in a cycle of using gear that costs them fur because it fails when the heat is on. Literally. I just walked the floor at SHOT Show 2026, and the industry has finally stopped playing games with predators. We are seeing a massive shift toward specialized tools, like lever actions that shoot sub-MOA, and carbon fiber barrels designed for actual thermal management. If you want to stop making excuses and start stacking bodies, you need to see the hardware that just dropped.
Next up at number 5 is the Savage 110 Magpul Scout. Now listen, Savage has been the king of the budget tack driver for a long time, but this collaboration with Magpul takes that reliability to a new level. The heart of this rig is the factory blueprinted action paired with a heavy contour barrel that features a muzzle brake to keep your follow-up shots fast and flat. The big technical win here is the AccuTrigger system, which allows you to dial in a crisp break without needing a gunsmith to stone the sears. Honestly, when you press this trigger, it snaps like a dried twig with zero creep, which is exactly what you want when a Coyote is hung up at 200 yards. But here's the deal breaker. That Magpul stock, while indestructible, makes the rifle feel a bit blocky in the hands, and the bolt lift can feel a little stiff compared to the butter-smooth Elite tier stuff. The street price is around $900, making it a solid entry point for a dedicated Predator rig. This is a workhorse, but wait until you see the monster waiting for us at number 1.
Moving on to number 4, we have the Ruger American Generation 2. Now, let's be real. The first generation was the truck gun of the century, but it felt a bit like a toy in the plastic department. Ruger heard the noise and completely overhauled this rig with a much stiffer, more ergonomic stock that actually feels like a professional tool when you shoulder it. The technical secret sauce here is the 3-lug bolt with a 70-degree throw, which gives you massive clearance for larger optics, ensuring you don't bark your knuckles when cycling a follow-up shot in a hurry. I saw a guy at the range last week struggling with an old-school 90-degree bolt, and he missed his second chance because he couldn't clear his scope fast enough. The barrel is cold hammer forged, which creates a more uniform internal structure for consistent accuracy over long strings of fire, and they finally added a threaded muzzle for your suppressors. But here's the deal breaker. That tang safety, while convenient, has a very loud metallic click that can give away your position in a dead silent woods. It sets you back roughly $650, which is a steal for this level of performance. Sound off below if you trust this rig for your weekend hunts.
Stepping up the game to number 3, we have the Winchester Model 70 Extreme Hunter. Listen, they call this the rifleman's rifle for a reason, and this updated version for 2026 proves that classic designs can still dominate the modern field. The technical soul of this machine is the controlled round feed bolt with that massive claw extractor. Unlike push feed systems, this mechanism grabs the rim of the cartridge the second it leaves the magazine, ensuring that no matter how fast or panicked you are, that round is going into the chamber without a jam. The barrel is a fluted stainless steel beauty that sheds heat like a radiator, paired with a Bell & Carlson synthetic stock that is stiff enough to handle any bipod load. When you get behind this thing, the recoil is a polite tap that lets you stay on target to watch the impact through your glass. But here's the deal breaker. The factory finish on the bolt can be a bit grabby until you run a few hundred rounds through it to wear it in. The damage to your wallet is about $1,500, but you're paying for a legacy that does not quit. This is a world-class setup, but wait until you see the absolute beast sitting at the top of this list at number 1.
Closer to the crown at number 2, we have the Bergara B14 Squared Crest. Honestly, this is where the line between a custom precision rig and a factory hunting rifle completely disappears. The technical heart of this beast is the monocoque carbon fiber stock, which uses a specialized internal spine to create a level of rigidity that most polymer stocks can only dream of. This matters because it ensures that your barrel remains truly free-floated, regardless of how much pressure you put on the forend when shooting off a tripod or a heavy ruck. The action is a sub-MOA guarantee right out of the box, featuring a fluted bolt that feels like it is sliding on ball bearings rather than steel. I saw a guy at a precision clinic trying to keep up with one of these, and the rifle was outshooting his ability to read the wind every single time. When you squeeze that trigger, it snaps like a glass rod, sending the round downrange with zero hesitation. But here is the deal breaker. The weight is so concentrated in the center that it can feel a bit lively in the recoil department, kicking like an angry mule if you're shooting one of the Magnum calibers. The damage to your wallet is $1,700, but for this level of craftsmanship, it is worth every penny. Entering the elite tier for the crown, at number 1, we have the Weatherby Model 307 Alpine CT. This is the apex predator of the SHOT Show 2026 lineup, a rifle that makes everything else look like a range toy. The technical masterpiece here is the tensioned carbon fiber barrel from Peak 44, which utilizes a unique sleeves and nut system to keep the barrel under constant longitudinal tension. This matters because it virtually eliminates point of impact shift as the barrel heats up, giving you the terminal performance of a heavy target bearer at a fraction of the weight. The action is a sleek Remington 700 compatible design with a spiral fluted bolt that runs wet and cycles with a precision that feels like a bank vault locking into place. When you send it down range, the trigger brake is as mushy as a sponge. Wait, strike that. It is actually the opposite, snapping with the crispness of a frozen icicle. I took a similar rig out to the high desert last fall, and even after a mile of vertical climbing, the rifle felt like a feather on my back. The only real downside here is the price, as it will set you back roughly $3,000. But for the 1% who demand perfection, this is the only choice.
At the end of the day, a rifle's just a tool. But a tool that fails you when the trophy of a lifetime is in the crosshairs is just expensive scrap metal. Whether you go with the rugged reliability of the Savage or the cutting-edge tech of the Weatherby, the most important factor is the trigger time you put in behind the glass. Don't be a victim of cheap gear or bad habits. Get prepared, choose the rig that fits your mission, and master it.